Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for my review of Season 15, Episode 24, Return of the Ice Emperor. Hound Dog McBrog comes back after several episodes where he wasn't there, and yeah, he tries to arrest Lloyd. He chases Lloyd into a sewer, but after the Green Ninja saves his life, he reconsiders. Pixel finds Zane's body in the wreckage of his plane, in pieces, and she takes his head and puts it on her back to carry, and Zane's head turns into his Ice Emperor persona, and gets pretty annoying. Meanwhile, Misako arrives at the newspaper place with a prophecy from Quatus the Elder, foreshadowing that the acolytes of the first Ninjutsu Master would come together to form a dragon form. The Cryptarium prisoners arrive at a bus and rescue Zane and Pixel, and we learn that Ronan led the charge out of the prison and motivated the other prisoners. They take Zane to Borg Tower, where Cyrus Borg is ignorant of what's going on, and he decides to help fix Zane. Okay, so good things first. Hound Dog McBrog seems to not be a threat anymore. It seems like he's reconsidering, and yeah, this is fine. It's nothing too crazy. We see the same thing happen with the police commissioner in Season 6, and this is definitely where I expected them to go with this character. Lloyd gives this message about how you shouldn't follow bad orders, and yeah, that's nice, I guess. Also, the crystallized snakes are really creepy. I really like the way they look and how they move. The best part of this episode is seeing how Garmadon is still trying to gain Lloyd's forgiveness and how he tries to help him up, and unfortunately this gesture is rejected by Lloyd. We see Misako return with a brand new prophecy, and I really like the nostalgia here, seeing Misako explain a prophecy in the final Ninjago season, just as she did 10 years ago. The prophecy itself is cool, and I feel like if you're going to introduce new powers out of nowhere, a prophecy is a fairly good way to do it. And lastly, I like seeing Cyrus Borg back, as well as the other prisoners. And now, time for the not-so-good stuff. Ronan, once again, has completely changed from when we saw him in Episode 7 to Episode 23, and he became an entirely new character. In Episode 7, he was very tense with the ninja, but now suddenly Ronan is this heroic, wise character, and all of this happened off screen. Ronan's redemption in Season 5 was much better than this, and here, none of it happens on screen, so yeah, not the best. But that's not the worst part of this episode. You see, this episode is titled Return of the Ice Emperor, and you might expect that they will finally address the aftermath of Season 11. You'd be wrong to guess that. Instead, this episode turns the Ice Emperor into a joke, and a pretty lame one at that. Season 11 turns Zane into the genocidal tyrant, the Ice Emperor, for decades. And Season 11 has Zane just go back to normal at the end, and then the following seasons never really address this story. So I'd really hope that this episode, when it leaked a year ago, I was really hopeful that this episode would finally address that. It doesn't at all. There's zero reason for the Ice Emperor to be in this episode, other than, haha, funny, Zane almost got Pixel killed. Zane malfunctioning and glitching and that being played off for laughs has become such a tired trope in Ninjago. And if these original ninja do return in the 2023 series, it's time for this cliche to end. The plot of this episode was not good. Zane being the Ice Emperor just for laughs, just to annoy Pixel, was a really pointless idea. There was some other good stuff here, such as Garmadon and Hound Dog, but the main focus of this episode, pretty bad. You'd expect Zane to be the star of this episode, but he's not. He's really bad here. However, Garmadon and Lloyd are both pretty good. Emotion was a huge missed opportunity here. This episode had the potential to address Season 11 because no other season has. And instead, it just decides that the Ice Emperor should be used as a joke. This episode gets a 6.5 out of 10 for me. It is easily the worst episode of Crystalized so far, and just very mediocre. It's just really pointless. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone, whenever you know. Share thoughts on this episode below, and I'll see you guys next time.